Yeah, YouTube family. Yeah. Yeah, Oblique Civil. Yeah, Oblique Civil. That is all. You silence your critics. That is all. You silence people who say you have a condition when you wait them again. Wait them again. Mental niggling. Oblique Civil people. World champion in the 100 meters emphatically. Yeah, 1-2 for Jamaica, but Oblique Civil winning the gold medal, finally winning a global gold medal. I think are the biggest news that come out of the final. This is his 4th bite of this cherry, and finally him deliver personal best 9.77 in the biggest race of his career, you know. And we have to remind you about all of the drama leading up to this moment of redemption, moment of glory for Oblique Civil. As I said, this time 4th global, this time 1st medal, and of course, look here, I'm going to say something about this, you know, because people have been, you know, starting to draw the parallel between Oblique Civil and other runners who never, you know, used to deliver upon the biggest stage and used to say, boy, I label him choke and rate. Now, part of the greatness of a sportsman or a sportswoman, you know, is the capacity to bounce back from adversity, for deliver amidst the noise, and silence your critics. The critics will always be there, you know. Maverick is a critic, you know. We will see what happened in the East, where we were with a search for answers. But you know what is obvious now? As we have theorized after that incident in the East, Oblique was just overcompensating in managing the heats, you know. That is why him starts so slow. No for me that says something go wrong, but me just in my mind, he must say this is easy, me have to run hard, me I just manage it and go on, go win the race and qualify for the next round. Well, not win the race, but qualify for the next round. But no time for that right now. Oblique Civil is that guy finally. And people, me I'm going to be honest with you now. Me did pick Kishan Thompson to win the race. Obviously on the fact that Kishan has shown before this the capacity to basically perform close to his best on the biggest stage. Oblique never did that before today. So based on that, plus the fact that Kishan was the fastest man in the world, still the fastest man in the world this season. But what Oblique did today, people, me I going to tell you now, quite a few people when me da peep over some fence, they da tell me say Oblique I go win the race. One prominent analyst said to me say the only person can beat Oblique Civil in that 100 is Oblique Civil. Well, Oblique never beat himself today. He beat Kishan, Noah Lyles, and the entire field. You could have seen the emotions, you could have seen the expression of relief at the end of the race. You love it, yo. Yeah, man. As for the Jamaican 1-2 now, that's a bonus. Because me never see the 1-2. Me have 1-3. The other, you know. Me have Kishan 1, Oblique 3. But that execution of that race by Oblique Civil, it go back to my preference again in a sprinting, you know. You see a sprinter with good tapping speed, he can always compensate for any imperfections in the other parts of the race. I'm going to talk about Kishan later, but we just say, Oblique never really get up like Kishan and like some of the other runner them in this final, you know. He never get up with them. But you see that, you come to your drive phase, you transition, you're in the middle part of your race, so you see that final third of your race, that is where you make up for all the little glitches up at the start of the race we never quite go right. And Oblique Civil demonstrate that emphatically again. Today, this win today by Oblique Civil, I bet you say it has cured him of that little thing. You know, where that's bad eye might look like it'll creep up on him. This thing of getting mental niggles whenever there's a high pressure situation. Boss never have no mental niggle. From the semi-final today, the mental niggle, they gone. And then come out and execute. Remember, Oblique Civil was ahead of Kishan Thompson in the pecking order of Jamaican male sprinting, you know. In the aftermath of the retirement of Usain Bolt, you know. Oblique was seen as that guy before Kishan Thompson burst onto the scene. So it's almost like a restoration of the status quo, if you can put it away there, in a sense, so to speak. A joy all round, 1-2 Jamaica. And as me say, in terms of the medals, yeah, my medal count and track now. Me have 2 medals in the 100. Me get me 2 medals in the 100. You know, no allies get beaten. That is also huge taste of satisfaction for the Jamaican fans. You know, no allies, it look like him around in a dangerous form. But me just think the superlative execution by the Jamaicans, especially Oblique Civil, put him in a place. Realize that Oblique Civil have no allies ticket now, no. He have no allies ticket, you know. But the biggest lesson when me learn from the race today is that Oblique Civil has recovered from the little bout, the little mental tweak. Because me telling you why me said it was all mental from the Jamaican trials when he had those issues in going at the blacks eventually and put on 9-8 at the trials. In the first round in the heats at the World Championships, after that little mishap at the start, he gathered himself and run 9.93. In combat at the semi-final, easy like Sunday morning, combat at the final, run a solid race, 9.77. Big personal best for Oblique Civil. I'm have to say, special big up to Glenn Mills, you know. Glenn Mills show the world again. See, him are the real guru of coaching, especially when it comes to male sprinters, you know. Remember Glenn Mills, you know. Go Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, Zanet Hughes, now Oblique Civil. If you want, we can go Raymond Stewart, Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, and now Oblique Civil. So big up the guru Glenn Mills. Yes, I tell them say Civil can't lose. From season I tell them say Civil can't lose. And remember again, Oblique, despite where we are diagnosed as mental frailties, Oblique Civil in most of them other events that were run before this one had gone into those big races with injuries. Now this one, me understand say he was fully fit, and that is why the camp was so confident say he would win. Never talk about Kishian, you know. But I can't talk about Kishian, so. I have to get my separate thoughts for talk about Kishian. Look out. Look out for the Kishian video coming up. It's a separate analysis. I have to change all my shirt for talk about Kishian. Because I want to change my whole mindset when I talk about Kishian. I have to ask you this before we talk about Kishian. Was Kishian beaten or did Kishian underperform? Watch my next video when we talk about Kishian. Remember, you know, don't just watch the videos, but you see that little something there, yeah, see there. Just press it off and make me go and build up the numbers and spread the word and drop a comment in the comment section. Oral Tracy Maverick, the YouTube channel, best and most credible opinion, fear and fearless analysis. And when you tell the people about the channel, outside I remind them say, Oblique Civil is now a world champion over the 100 meters. Also remind them, it's not few or 2 Maverick. Tell them say, is how much Maverick? 1 Maverick.